Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homeridge Studio. Today I have 4 beautiful pieces to share with you, and today's video is part of the first of the month challenge, which I will tell you about shortly. But first, let's make something. I call this my silver pumpkin plate, and here's what you need to make this. I have the silver charger from the Dollar Tree. The napkins are probably from Home Goods. I have some burlap scrap. I have some buttons from the Dollar Tree. Those buttons are from Walmart, but I don't use those. I have a pumpkin, plastic wrap, and Mod Podge. And so, yeah, I must have the dropsies in this video. That's twice now. I've just put a very large coat of Mod Podge in the middle of this plate, and if you do make anything like this, you don't need that much because it just causes the napkin to bubble and buckle more. So just a thin layer covering the center, and I wiped off the excess around the edge. And then I just take the napkin and place it in the middle, and I have this plastic wrap, and I'm just pushing down, smushing out all of those bubbles and lines. And I have this sped up, so I'm going pretty slow because you don't want to tear the napkin because now it's wet. And now I'm just, after it's dry, completely dry, I'm just cutting off the excess there. It's easier to work with if you cut off the bulk. And then now I have this stick and I'm just trimming it up, the stick rotary piece here. And now I'm just putting another layer of Mod Podge on top of it to seal in the ends and to protect the entire piece. And again, wiping off the excess around the edges. And now I have this little pumpkin wall hanger from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just removing all of the hanger, and there was like a little, I don't know, raffia bow on it. I'm just removing all the pieces from that. And now I'm going to put some Gorilla Glue here and there on some of the beads. And where the Gorilla Glue is not, I'm putting hot glue. And then I'm going to place it right at the bottom of the plate. And then I reinforced it with more hot glue and more Gorilla Glue where the beads are actually touching the plate. And this scrap ribbon here, I took a piece probably 6 or 7 inches long, and I dovetailed the ends, and I took some jute and I just tied it off in the middle, just one little teeny piece of ribbon here. And then I glued that onto the pumpkin. And now I wrapped some twine around my hands, around my fingers, probably 10-12 times. And I left it loopy like that. And I kind of spread it out a little bit, pulled it apart, and then glued it on top of the bow. And I have a button here. That's these are from the Dollar Tree. I just took a black button, popped it in there, and that's it. Then I found another black button that had the perimeter was white, and I glued that on top of the other button. It made those beads pop. And I really like this piece. Let me know what you think. Okay, so today's video is part of the first of the month challenge, which takes place on the first of the month every month. And the theme this month is Hello Pumpkin. And a big thank you to the hosts, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. And the links for their channels are in my description box below this video. And if you already haven't, please go check out their channels. They're super nice women and they are very talented. Also, the link for the playlist is in my description box below, so you can see all of the talented participants' videos and get tons of inspiration and ideas. And here's my next piece. This is called a Tipsy Pumpkin. And I have the 3 pink velvet pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I have the black candle stand from the Dollar Tree. I have a bunch of ribbon. This is from Temu. Some of it's from the Dollar Tree. I just pulled it out of my stash. I have some skewers from the Dollar Tree. And I just pulled together a bunch of flowers. I wasn't sure what I was going to use, so I pulled some picks, and I have some moss. And this is really easy again. I just take one pumpkin and I glue it to the bottom. I didn't glue it to the bottom. I glued it to the top of the candlestick. And then I took the second pumpkin and I'm going to glue it sideways. But I put the skewer in about 2.5 inches into the pumpkin. And then not quite in the middle, slightly on the side. And then I poke that into the side of the other pumpkin, of the first pumpkin. And I did that again with the third pumpkin. And now this time I'm just going to put it on the other side. I'm sorry, this is out of screen. It was so tall. And that's what it looks like. And now I have this pick. I think it's from Ollie's. They have good picks if you have an Ollie's by you. They're like $2.50, but they're pretty hardy. And coincidentally, this pick, this pinky color, kind of matched these pumpkins perfectly. So that's why I use this. And I put 4 in, 1 on each corner. And I decided to use these daisies, and I put 3 in between each one of these flowers. I left 1 open because we're going to put a bow here. And this is from Temu. It is not wired. It's very pretty. I've had it for a couple years, and I thought I will use this because that pink matches, but it's kind of small. I wish I would have made it a little bit bigger because you really can't see it. And then I took this sheer ribbon and I made 2 shoelace bows. And now I'm taking this lace ribbon. It's a pink lace ribbon. It looks very much like that cream colored lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I made a shoelace bow for that too. And I just tied all 4 of those together with a pipe cleaner. And now I'm just kind of pulling them apart and fluffing it out a little bit. And I just glue it right onto the bottom there where the little flower, where I didn't put the flower, and then I glued a little flower on top of that. And I must have cut that part of the video out, but you'll see it at the end. This is just so easy. And then I had this sheer lace, or ribbon, I got it off of some package and I just threw it in my stash. And I just tied one up at the top, put a few fall leaves on there, and another little daisy flower thingy on the top there. And I don't know, it was so quick, and this turned out so pretty. I love it. My daughter came home and she looked at it and she's like, wow, Mom, that's really pretty. So yeah, tell me what you think about that. Okay, DIY number 3. I call this my breadboard pumpkin. And here's what you need to make this. I have this board from the Dollar Tree. And I have the scrapbook paper, and I'm sorry, I don't know, I have like, I don't know, like 10 packages of scrapbook paper, and I think that's where it came from. I have some raffia and some buttons. This pumpkin is from the Dollar Tree. I have some ribbon, jute, and some picks. Now I placed this scrapbook paper on top, and then I just went around the circle there, the inner circle, and you can see it creased it, and now I can see where to cut it out. And I cut it slightly larger just in case, because you can always trim off the leftover, the excess. And I have just a glue stick here. I don't know where it came from, probably the Dollar Tree. And I just glued it. The purple ones are nice because then the purple, you can see where all the glue is, and then the purple dries clear. Anyway, I have a brayer that I got for like $10 from Hobby Lobby, I think, and that just pushes all the glue around and presses it down very nicely. And I'm pulling all the pieces off of this pumpkin, and this was a bit of a challenge to do it. And now I'm gonna take some adhesive, some super glue from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put that on there too. And I just want to shout out to all of my subscribers. A big thank you. You guys are amazing, and I really appreciate all of your support. And if you're not a subscriber and you're just stopping by and checking out my channel, consider subscribing. If you like what you see, and I do this stuff, and I do thrift flips, budget friendly, decorating, shopping, all that good stuff, hit that notification button and the subscribe button, and you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And it really helps my channel out. This is what helps all of the channels out. This is what helps us grow, and then we can bring you more content. So now I am just making another bow because I had this scrap ribbon, and as you can tell, I'm using it in all of my pieces, or most of my pieces. And as you can see, I just made another piece, dovetailed it, and then made a little round circle loop thing there, glued that together, and now I have this gingham, black and white gingham checked ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I took one piece and dovetailed that too, and put all three of them together, tied it off with some jute. That is it. Super easy. And glued it right there on top. There's a raffia up there, and I pulled that apart, or I took it, removed it, I should say. And then now I want tails, so I think I dovetail them, or I cut them on an angle. I think I cut them on an angle. And I'm just going to put a little knot in there so it'll lay flat, so I can glue that on there and then glue the bow on top of that. And I want them to run down the side, so I'm just gluing the little teeny end there. And of course, I am the button queen. I use buttons on a lot of my stuff. And I have these from Walmart. They're wooden buttons, and I use them all the time. I love them. So I glued a wooden there, and then I took a smaller little black one and put it on top. And then that raffia piece that I pulled off the top, I'm just going to glue that, trim it up a little bit, and glue it on the pumpkin there. And there you go. Super simple, super easy. And no, I distress it. I have this distressed ink in the color black soot or something like that. Yeah, I just go along the sides there. And that was, I don't know, probably overkill. I probably didn't need to do that. I guess it gave it a little bit more character, but you know, in the end, you can't really see it all that much. Oh, but then I did put it on the pumpkin there to make it pop a little bit more. That did matter, I think, in my opinion. And here is what it looks like. And here's my last DIY, number 4. And I call this my green fancy pumpkin. So I have one of these pieces from the Dollar Tree. And I am sorry, I got these on Amazon, and I got them a couple years ago, and I don't know what they're called, but if you if you searched it, you would probably find these rub-on transfers. But they're beautiful, and they come in like different colors, and I think there's like 10 pieces. Anyway, this is from Temu, the gold leaf, and I have the green paint in moss, and that's chalk paint, and I have Mod Podge. I think that's it. But anyway, I removed all the pieces and painted one good coat of the moss all over the entire pumpkin. And then when that's dry, I took some Mod Podge and I put it on the center and both of the side raised pieces here. And the reason that I do this, and this is super important, and it has to dry very, very well, is I'm going to put these transfers on here. And if you don't seal it in, which I learned on one of my previous projects, the transfer will not transfer onto the piece. It will pull all of the paint up and then the transfer will be ruined. So I did a little fussy cutting on this because I was afraid that maybe it would pull up the Mod Podge, but it didn't, and it worked perfectly this time. So I just cut out some pieces and I'm just going to transfer them onto this pumpkin. I have a little popsicle stick here and I'm just pushing that down and pressing and kind of like etching it in a little bit. And I'm doing that to both sides. I have some smaller flowers here. And then when it's done, you can just pull the top of the piece off or the little plastic off, and then you can tell if it's going to transfer on or not, and then just keep on scratching it on there until it stays. And I did it on the other side, so one on the top and then the other side, the other on the bottom. And then I have this cute little butterfly. And now I have this adhesive. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. The lid was clogged. I couldn't spray it, so I had to open it up and kind of just paint it on wherever I was going to put the gold leaf. And that is from the gold little pieces are from Temu that I got a couple years ago. In a previous video, it was thrift flips. I made a jewelry box and I kind of used these same colors, and I thought, you know, I'm going to make a pumpkin like that too. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And Mod Podge doesn't work for this stuff to stick. You need some kind of adhesive on there. And I have a little makeup sponge thing here because I bought a pack for my makeup and I really don't use it. So I tried not to get it on my fingers because the stuff sticks everywhere. It'll stick on your floor, on your clothes. It sticks on your fingers. I mean, like everywhere. So I was trying to be careful and not get it all over my fingers. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I just placed it around wherever I wanted it. And then I put some Mod Podge on top of the whole entire thing to seal it in. And I painted the stem in the truffle chalk paint. And now I have some green and some just the off-white raffia. And I kind of tied it off in the middle, a little bunch, and then glued it on there. I have these little picks out of my stash. They look like kind of eucalyptus or from the Dollar Tree. And I glued them up there. And now I'm just taking some jute and I'm putting these little plastic gold beads on there. And yeah, I'm going to make a little hanger. So this pumpkin is a little bit more elegant. And I just tied it off on the back. And there you have it. And this is it hanging on my wall. And that is it, my friends. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and I hope I've inspired you. Don't forget to check out the host channels and the playlist as well. Thank you for all of your kind comments, likes, shares, and support. And I will be back very soon. Have a blessed week. Bye.